Hello there, I'm going to show you how to make this first aid pouch. It has a little keyring holder loop there, it has some tabs on the zipper, and it is fully lined. So let's see what we need to make this zippered first aid pouch. For the cross section of our first aid pouch, you are going to need 5 2 inches by 2 inch squared of the red, and then 4 of the teal, or whatever opposing colour that you are using. I like to use red just because of like a red cross kind of thing and first aid. So for the 2 side panels of the front of the pouch, it is 5 3/4 going up and 2 inches going across, and you need 2 of these sections. The top and bottom section of the pouch is 1 1/4 by 7 3/4, and you're going to need 2 of these. For this pouch, you are going to need the back of your first aid pouch, and that's going to measure in at 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. You're going to do the same measurements for the internal section of your zipper pouch. You're going to need 2 of these. I would also recommend interfacing your zipper pouch just because it gives some stability. A zipper that I'm going to be placing tabs on, you're going to cut some zipper tabs up 1 inches by 2 inches. I have these all ready made for me, so I can basically go through and decide which one I want. I do this out of my scrap fabrics, so anything that's small enough gets put into a zipper tab and stored away into a plastic bag and into a container. I'm going to add a loop to my pouch, and this is 3 inches by 2 inches. Sew these sections together like you would a quilt block. You're going to take these 2 and you are going to sew these right sides together, and then you're going to go along sewing these ones together into rows. I'm currently a Baby Lock educator. I am not paid nor sponsored to create this video. I use the Baby Lock Soprano, and in my top thread I have a white polyester Gooseman thread and a white polyester in my bobbin area, also a 9014 sewing needle in my sewing machine. These are the settings that I have on the Baby Lock Soprano, and I'm going to get started on sewing these up. On my sewing machine, I did attach the 1/4 inch foot with guide. Helps me get that perfect 1/4 inch. With right sides together, I'm going to sew these up. What you want to do from here is press the fabric. You're going to turn it over and you're going to press to the darker side, which is going to be the red here. Or you can press it open, it's really up to you, but you need to press the fabric. I would recommend cutting away all of these threads that are loose here, and then once you've done that, you can put them right sides together and making sure that the seams are matching, and they should nest right in the middle there. I have opened my seams, and once again take this to your iron and press this down so it lays flat. So now we're going to add our 2 side pieces on. They are the 2 inches by 5 3/4, and you are going to start by right sides together and sew this side and do the same with the other side. Once you have done that, press open. Taking them top sections, the top and the bottom section, which was 1 1/4 by 7 3/4, you are now going to attach this to your first aid zipper pouch. Go do at the top and the bottom. Let's get started with the zipper tabs. I have cut this end off here, and you will need 4 zipper tabs. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to place one on one end, you're going to turn the zipper over, place another at that end, take it over to the sewing machine and stitch 1/4 inch. Clip the loose ends away, and then you're going to open this out and you are going to top stitch this down here so it lays flat. Obviously with this now being loose, it makes it a little bit difficult. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I am going to take one of my tabs. I'm going to turn it over, making sure that I'm holding both of these together, and put the next one on top. Now it's going to either move about or it's not going to be straight or whatever. Get a wonder clip, clip this on top here, and just make sure that everything is nice and straight. Once that is sewed into place at 1/4 inch and you have taken these threads off, open it up and you have the tab on the other side. So now you just want to top stitch this into place. So now let's cut the tabs to match the pouch. Find out where the center of your zipper is. Just close this up. Find the center of the zip. So I'm just going to do the zip here. And there is the center of my zip. I'm just going to mark that with a wonder clip. Mark the center of the pouch. Line everything up and then cut the excess of the tabs at each end. Press your interfacing onto the wrong side of the internal section of your pouch. You have 4 sections of fabric plus your zipper. Take your zipper and line it up with the external part of your pouch. So the external part of your pouch is going to be facing up and the zipper pull is going to be facing down. And then we are going to take one of our internal sections and you're going to face that right sides down. So this is the part that my interfacing is on, and this is the pretty part of my fabric. So we are going to put that on top. You're going to place your zipper foot into your sewing machine and you're going to sew the zipper into place. You're going to open everything up and you're going to push the external section, or the internal, sorry, section over. So it's going to end up looking like this. Just pull that zipper back, press this down, just make sure they both line up, and then you're just going to top stitch this down. It looks better and more professional when this is top stitched. Now this is the right side of the fabric, so you're going to get the right side of our, so this would be the back of our pouch, and we're going to place that on top. You're going to flip it over, take your internal section, so you have your interfacing facing you, and once again you're going to go ahead and sew this into place. Then you're going to open the pouch up, like so, press it down and take this over to sewing machine and top stitch. Now one of the most important things is to make sure that your zipper is open. So make sure it's open, and then you're going to bring together the 2 external sections. You're going to wonder clip them or pin them, and the 2 interior sections. On the interior section, I want you to mark a 3-inch gap. I'm going to do that with a pencil, or 3-inch, sorry, a 3-inch gap. The zipper part is going to naturally want to go up, so I just push that up like so, and then just line everybody up. What you're going to do with this section is fold it in half. Once you fold it in half, open it up, bring the 2 ends to that center crease, and then you're going to fold it over. And at each part of these turn-ins, you're going to press it with an iron so it's nice and flat. Then just sew both of these sections down into place so it doesn't open up. Take your tab and you're going to loop it around. Now you're going to place it into the external section where the zipper is going to be closed, which is actually the other side. So you're going to place this in here. Now you're going to sew starting at this end here, go all the way around and stop at the other end. Stop at these openings. Cut out the excess of the tab that's poking through. Cut the corners. And if you have any excess fabrics, I would recommend cutting it as well, especially where your zipper is. Just cut out that bulk and just don't cut into the stitches because you would have to sew it again. There we go. Now you're going to pull everything right sides through, and we have left the opening of that pouch open so you can push all the pouch through right sides out. Might be a little bit fiddly, but you'll get there in the end. With something like this, gently poke the corners out with a chopstick or whatever you use to poke your corners out with. Left with this opening here, so you are going to fold that into itself, and then you're going to stitch all the way down. I'm going to do it all the way across rather than just this opening here. I think it looks a bit nicer. Once you've done that, you can tuck everything into the pouch. We'll take this over to the iron and give it a nice press. And there you go, you've made yourself a cute little first aid pouch with zipper tabs and a keyring holder. Just slip a keyring right on there. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. I have over 500 videos on sewing and quilting. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and comment. Bye-bye, guys.